Hi, my name is Ben, and this is my story. Hi, I'm Ben. I'm from Hereford. I'm a beatboxer and rapper in a band called SOULBOX.
Don't remain, still I wonder why you wanna save me. Even when I get it wrong daily. Shoulda, woulda, coulda got me lost in the past, till God took that and forgave me.
So a lot of people, they ask me, hey Ben, where'd you get the confidence to do what you do? And normally what I say to them, I say, hey, look, as a young person, I wasn't confident at all. In fact, I lacked confidence. I'd walk to school in the morning with my head down. I'd look in the mirror in the morning and I'd be like, you know what, I don't like myself. I don't like the way I look. I was getting bullied in school for being overweight. And so I made two choices at that time. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna start skipping school. And what happened is, as I skipped school more and more, I missed more and more of my lessons, spending more and more time at home, I became more sad, I became more depressed. And then I made another choice. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna stop eating because I didn't like the way I looked. And so I started skipping more and more of my meals. And actually what happened is that had a consequence. I lost like 6 stone. I went right down from 12 stone to 6 stone at the age of 13. And I got myself into a really bad place. I developed 2 eating disorders called anorexia and bulimia. And all my friends at school, they were like, Ben's changed, Ben looks different. And I was even more depressed. And I'd actually gotten myself into a pit and I was stuck. And my dad was always saying, you should come to church. There's a God that loves you. He can change your life, he can give you peace, he can give you hope. But I just didn't believe that. I thought, nah, that's not for me, Dad, that's not for me. And there'll be a lot of people listening and be like, you know what, actually God isn't real, God doesn't exist. But I got to this point in my life where I was like, yeah, a year went by after I said that and I was like, you know what, maybe I'll give this God stuff a try. Maybe it's real, just maybe. And so I decided, you know what, I start going to church and kind of pursue this idea of God. And Jesus changed my life. I went from a place of having no hope to actually being hopeful. I went from a place of having no community, no friends, to actually in a point where I felt like I was loved, I was part of a community. I went from rejecting my body, hating myself, not even being able to look at myself in the mirror some days, to actually, looking in the mirror and say, God loves me. Like feeling like there was a God who loved me. And the most important thing as well, I think as well, is being in a place, I went from being in a place of not being able to forgive those who bullied me to being in a place where, you know what, God's forgiven me, how can I not forgive them? And there's a verse in the Bible and it says, Jesus came to give us life and life in all its fullness. And I believe that with Jesus, I have life and life in all its fullness. I don't have to live in my despair, I can have hope. And so that's what I tell young people. I say, you know what, you can have hope, you can have life and life in all its fullness. So I'm Ben and I'm here to say, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter what, there's a God who loves you and his name is Jesus.